Welcome back to the channel. Coach Mike here. So today the concept is it's wrist control, hunting the wrist, using it specifically to escape, but it's really good for a lot just control in general. So for example, we've got a side control. If I'm in side control here, wherever they can see it, so I guess I'll be here. So yeah, I'll build it. So I'm in side control here. I'm using my T-Rex arm, my elbows are in, I'm pretty safe here. Mike can try to he's doing stuff. So I'm hunting for this wrist here. So one way to do that, if you pretty much, if my wrists are in, and I can, if he's trying to get on, he's probably gonna try to get it on my arm, and he's giving it to me. So as soon as I find this wrist, all I need to think about is making it go away from me and him. So I'm just gonna start to move it, and if I, again, keep my elbows are always in, so if I start to flare them out, he can start to attack me. But if my elbows are in, especially if I have suddenly a block here, I can start to hunt this wrist, and he might even try to get it around or whatever, and I can start coming up like this, and it creates a humongous hole for me to escape through. Because if you look at his cage, if I'm not there, if he's trying to lay even side control, right? So if this is the hole I need to escape through, this is in the way. If I can get we're opening the door here. This is a huge space to escape through, and it's very effective. I use it all the time. Thoughts?
Yeah. So I hate to pinpoint this above anything else, but this is the number one thing that frustrates me when I roll with Jared. I don't want to take credit away from anything else, but this is annoying. And there's some details here that I think would be very helpful to understand. So I'm sure you could go back and it happens every time we roll. This happens, and usually multiple times. All right. So here, why don't you go back down for me? I'll go as the top participant in this. So one of the important things that Jared's doing here is the way he's grabbing. So whenever he gets my wrist, however he needs, but right? But then he transitions this to a palm up grip, all right? So when this is a palm up grip, my way of breaking the grip is out through this direction, all right? Now let's take a look at me breaking that grip out through that direction. It's going away from him, all right? So it's very difficult for me to get to that grip break, all right? And when we see how much pressure can I be putting on him with my arm out? Now, if his grip was reversed to a palm down grip, which is a common first mistake, and I'm sure I make it all the time because it just seems more natural, I feel to grab the top of a wrist. But now my grip break is down through here, which is the way that I'm going to be stronger, and also it leaves me underneath, right? So with that palm up grip, I'm unable to pummel that arm in, right? And something else he's doing here is not that my pressure is going to be very great here, but he's using this separation, and this for me is coming in here, right? And now that's what's allowing him to transfer to there, and then this just sit up here. What am I going to do? Drive in, step over, circle. Just think of all the directions I can go. Nothing's very open for me, so I usually take that opportunity to bail out and reset.
So, and something I just noticed as you were saying that was, so if I can't immediately get this grip, if I can only get this grip, his escape is to give me the other grip. So that's why it's so effective. He lets me have this one, which allows me to do it, or he switches, and then I can do it anyway.
Right.
So yeah, that's.
But if you're unaware of that palm up grip, then you don't know to try to roll that to that. So I think that's one of the key elements to it, and it's taking away one of those areas of the cage, and it's really not allowing me to place pressure in a direction, and it's really taking away the directions that I can move with forward progress.
And I think also a lot of times people say they have a hard time getting out from under bigger people or people who have longer limbs. I think this is actually, once you get a longer limb extended, it's more difficult. There's more limb to bring back. So it actually can be sometimes more effective against someone who has longer limbs or heavier limbs. A smaller person can just get their arm out of there and probably maybe wrench it out of your grip. But a bigger person, if you have the right angle, it can be more difficult actually.
It's really discouraging as well. That's one of the things that I really admire about it, is because if I got to the side control position, I did a lot of good work to get there, and then it's nullified rather easily by that technique, and it's just discouraging. You know, like whereas if like I'm like in a guard, right, trying to pass and it gets stuffed, like, you know, like you're not as discouraged. Like you go again, and I mean I'm going to continue to go again and try to get the side control, but like, you know, like a lot of things went right for me just to get to side control. For them all to just be taken away like that starts to play into like the mental aspect as well.
Yeah, it's definitely you can tell when people get frustrated for sure when you do it to somebody. if they have to laugh or swear, you did it right. So yeah, I think that's about it for this concept. Thanks, Coach Mike, for being on the channel. Hit all the buttons and stuff. And
Like and subscribe.
yes, yeah, people they don't do it. I don't know why. Anyway,
We'll get them.
yeah, we'll see you next time. Come down and train. It's real.